How you doing, everybody? Welcome back to Mass Effect. Last time, we took care of all of our errands that we really didn't have to run on the Citadel, but I felt like taking care of them now before we left on a journey of epic proportions, because we had to do like 9 different star clusters worth of side quests before we could move on. Speaking of which, I thought about all of these different side quests, and I was like, you know what, most of them are relatively the same priority. I think the only one that isn't really the same priority is this one and this one, because this one seems relatively harmless, and this one we don't know. There's unusual readings, we don't know exactly what it's all about. Of course, this one's also pretty harmless because it's just Conrad Werner. He's a creep, but he's not going to cause me any harm. But anyway, yeah, so this stuff, again, just stuff we're going to do later as we go here. But there were a few missions that we got on Feros that I think we should take care of first. Once we do that, we'll kind of wrap around and do all of the character quests, like Rex's family armor. We'll do Garrus's thing for Dr. Saleon. The reason why I was saying we were going to do that is because there's this Geth Activities one in the Armstrong cluster, and that it ties into a quest that we can do later on as well for our crew. But once we do this one, we'll probably save this one for last. We'll do the investigations at the very least today. And then we will cut back and do these two. We'll probably go to the moon after that, and then we'll go do a couple of other ones depending on where everybody is. Okay, so let's see where we're going today first. So we've got investigate facility on Notacrux. Notacrux is in the Maroon Sea. Investigate samples, also in the Maroon Sea, and in the Voyager cluster. Now, where are the other ones in the Voyager cluster? This is Argus Rho. This is Kepler Verge. This is local. This is Artemis Tau. This is Artemis Tau. This is Armstrong. So we're looking for Voyager or Maroon Sea right now. Let's see, Fortuna system. We've got Gemini Sigma, because we did Hades Gamma, so that's not going to happen yet. Strenuous system and Horsehead Nebula, no. This is Argus Rho. We'll take care of that with Rex's thingamajigger. And this one is in Hawking Etta. So basically we've got 1, 2, 3 things to do today. Investigation in the Maroon Sea and in the Voyager cluster. And if we do those, then we'll kind of cut back and we'll do some other stuff as well. I get the feeling this Geth Activities one's going to take a while though, so we might end up saving that for another day if we finish up with the ones I want to do today early. Where I figure, you know what, we can go do one more after that. If that's the case, we'll go do one more, and then I'll figure it out from there, depending on how many credits I have. I might go and do one close to the Citadel, so that way I can go back and buy some stuff if I have enough credits for that. Also, last time, we didn't find any Quarian armor in the shops there, but from what I understand, if you keep saving and reloading there, you can actually find Quarian armor in those shops. So I might actually do that off-screen in between episodes just so I can find Tally some armor, because otherwise she's not going to be incredibly useful here for quite a while. And I kind of want to make her useful because, you know, again, it's this whole thing about not using, keeping the non-alien crew members, or non-human crew members of my party out of the missions until they get good armor doesn't really help them. We are all in this together after all, so we gotta kind of stick together and do that stuff. So we are going to go, let's see, Attican Beta is here. Maroon Sea is here, I think. Yes, we gotta go through Attican Beta to get there. And then the other one was in the Voyager cluster. Now the Voyager cluster is off of Hades Gamma. So I think we'll go to the Voyager cluster first, and we'll see what's over there. We've got the Amazon system. Is there anything else? No, it doesn't look like it. Alright, we'll see what's in the Amazon system, and then we'll go from there, I think. And of course we have to leave the Citadel again. I always forget. Every time the thing stops to load like that, I'm like, oh, are we getting a message from the Admiral or anything like that? No, it's just us leaving the Citadel or leaving whatever planet we were landed on before. But for some reason I always forget that. I'm not really sure why.
Commander, incoming signal from 5th Fleet HQ on the Citadel.
Oh, here we go.
Commander Shepard, something uncomfortable has just come up.
Uncomfortable?
In the First Contact War, we fired a lot of espionage probes into Turian space. We just received a mission complete burst from one of them.
Wow, that's quite a delay. That was almost 30 years ago, Admiral.
Where's it been in the meantime?
No idea. Lost in transit. These probes were built in a hurry after first contact.
Well, I mean, should be pretty straightforward. Just go in and disable it, right?
What makes this uncomfortable?
When these probes were launched, we didn't have any idea who we were fighting. We didn't want to risk aliens examining our technology.
Oh, don't tell me.
The probe has a demo nuke built in.
Damn it.
A 20-kiloton tactical fusion warhead. About equal to the bomb dropped on Hiroshima back in the 20th. If somebody finds that probe, tampers with it, you don't need me to finish, Commander.
No, I don't. Let's, well, I'm not a bomb disposal unit, but that's probably something we should take care of.
I understand this must be handled, but I don't have anyone trained to deal with this sort of thing, sir.
I know. I wouldn't ask if it wasn't important. These probes have been classified for 26 years. The Council will call fusion bomb booby traps dangerous and irresponsible. The Alliance would face censure if they find this probe. I'm asking you because the Normandy can get on site quickly and quietly. It's in the Voyager cluster.
Okay. Well, wait, the Voyager cluster is close to the Terminus systems, isn't it? Or is it... No, because it's away from... Why shouldn't it be over there? I guess I'd like to know why it shouldn't be over there, so I'm going to ask.
It's in the Voyager cluster. That's the opposite side of the Alliance from Turian space. How did it get there?
I don't know. It's possible someone recovered it safely and brought it there. It's also possible it got very badly lost. It could have been wandering the relay network since the war.
Well, it won't be wandering for very long anymore.
We'll get on it immediately, Admiral. And we'll be discreet.
I appreciate that, Commander. Good luck.
Aye, aye, sir. Actually, I don't think
Fifth
that
fleet out.
requires an aye, aye. I think that's just a well wishes, you know. Okay, so now does that give us another system to go to here? Or is it in the Amazon cluster somewhere? Looks like it's in the Amazon cluster somewhere, so we'll have to have a look in there to see if we can find it. Alright, we'll start down here then. We'll start with Agibinium. And this is the planet we're supposed to land on. Great. We'll come back here. We'll come back here after we've done the other planets then, since that one's the one that we have to land on. Dernica, or Danica, or however you want to pronounce it. I'm going to say Dernica because I'm a stupid American. I'm sorry. Dernica is an enormous terrestrial world, nearly twice the size of Earth. Its environment is similar to that of Mars, arid and a mix of craggy basalt highlands and sand-scoured deserts of iron-laced silicate dust. Try saying that 5 times fast. Dernica's atmosphere mainly consists of carbon dioxide and argon, but the planet's mass is great enough that measurable amounts of helium and even molecular hydrogen remain trapped in its atmosphere, which might be not good for the local wildlife, although I don't know if there is local wildlife considering the surface temperature down there. The planet's gravity well is deep enough that it has collected nearly a dozen small satellites, most captured asteroids. Its surface is scarred by many large impact craters, marking the final resting place of other captured asteroids. Interesting, but nothing important really there. It's pretty much like Mars, so it's nothing we haven't seen before. You know, unless there's Prothean ruins down there too, although we've seen those before too. Synedma. Synedma is the second of the Amazon system's arid superterrestrial worlds, the other one being Dernica, obviously. It is considerably less dense than its neighbor Dernica, and has an atmosphere of carbon dioxide and ethane. Its frozen surface is mainly composed of iron-laced silicates with deposits of sulfur. I wonder if the iron is what gives it that bluish glow, or if that's the sulfur. Might be the ethane, too, I don't know. Not up to date on all of the elements, I just know what the noble gases mostly look like. Anyway, let's survey. We've got polonium. Okay, not bad. We can use those to make better chemical rounds later. That'll be helpful. Sibin. A small rock and ice planet, Sibin has an extremely thin atmosphere of hydrogen sulfide and ethane, so that's not really helpful for anything, is it? Its frozen surface is mainly composed of magnesium and silicates with deposits of iron. Sibin's crust contains significant deposits of green serpentine, a mineral formed by volcanic activity. This suggests Sibin was a more geologically active world in the distant past. So maybe we'll find more volcanic elements that way if we survey them. No, but we found a Turian insignia. Let's see, large mine grid. A mine grid in geosynchronous orbit. An unmanned probe marked with the Quantum Outpost insignia. So they had a string of mines throughout the planet, that in the atmosphere, that is. That's kind of dangerous, don't you think? They're going to talk about us, about being dangerous and irresponsible, and here they are having a whole bunch of mines stuck in the planet's atmosphere. Come on, guys. Ooh, that's pretty. Tremar is a standard hydrogen-helium gas giant with traces of methane and nitrogen in its upper atmosphere, which no doubt gives it that bluish tint on the horizon, even though the horizon itself is a yellowish tint. What have we got here? Probably like a gas of some kind. Yep. Scans from orbit detected large concentrations of nitrogen. Not even bad. Probably the tint is from the sun there on its horizon. It's probably because I think nitrogen is a clear element, if I recall correctly. So it would glow with the sun's glow. Anyway, Agibinium. Here we go. Agibinium is a small terrestrial world with an extremely thin atmosphere of carbon dioxide and krypton. Probably the krypton is glowing on the surface there, or on the thing there, but the atmosphere is thin, so you don't see as much of a glow. Though the planet has sufficient mass to maintain a much thicker atmosphere, much of it has been blasted away, no doubt because it's really, really close to the Amazon star. The red giant Amazon is a long-period variable star, currently at the nadir of a 16-year cycle. Now, I think that means that it's... nadir is the opposite of zenith, isn't it? Because zenith is like the highest, and then nadir is the lowest, if I remember correctly. I might be wrong, though. So that means it's at a low point in its cycle, if I'm remembering correctly. If not, just correct me in the comments, please. Put doubles, lashing Agibinium with intense heat and radiation, which no doubt blasts its entire atmosphere off of it, because it probably doesn't have a really large magnetosphere to protect it from that. It would probably need a really, really big magnetosphere to protect it from that anyway, so not really likely in a small terrestrial like this. The crust is mainly composed of aluminum with deposits of tin. Much of the surface is coated with fine silicate dust, which easily penetrates the smallest cracks of too foul machinery. Probably not good to keep large settlements down there, then, considering it's, capable of destroying our machinery so much. Now, we're looking for a probe. We might need to disarm it. I'm just trying to figure out who I'm going to land with here. Probably bring Tally along. Tally and Rex, I think. We'll see when we get there. And like I said, there wasn't a... I'm probably going to go with Tally and Rex. There wasn't an atmospheric problem there. Like, there wasn't a heat hazard or anything, so I don't have to bring the Chief along. So I can be a little bit more choosy with who I bring in my squad. Tally and Rex don't have new armor yet, but I'm hoping that won't be a problem as long as I get them leveled up. Once I get on the surface, we should be alright. Oh, so that's what that noise was while I was selecting my squad. It's probably the dust storm that's going on right now. You can kind of see it, or maybe you can't. I don't know. It depends on how YouTube compresses the file. But there's a bit of silicate dust blowing around on the screen here. It's kind of hard to see, but just take my word for it. It's there. Okay, let's see. Where are we going? We are looking for a probe. This is an Alliance homing beacon, which most likely means there's a probe there of some kind. It might be what we're looking for. Debris and an anomaly. Now, I wonder, is that the mission that we had in the Voyager cluster? Let's go find out. Espionage probe. Yeah, because this was where that one investigation was, right here. So we need to find the probe, which was talked about on Feros when I looked at that one entry that I hadn't looked at previously. That was in the freighter, if I remember correctly. So we'll do that, but first we will level up. Oh, Jesus, these guys have a lot of points to give. Yeah, I'll take care of that off screen. I'll make a save file as well. I'll be right back. Alright, did all the leveling up that I needed to do. I finally got Rex access to the shotguns line, so he's going to be a powerhouse there. I think I got him to advanced carnage on that, which is really nice. He should be able to do huge damage to enemies with that if they get a little too close to us. And then Tally, I finally unlocked AI hacking for her, which is more useful in this game than it is in most other games, so I wanted to kind of prioritize that for her. I don't think it's all that useful in Mass Effect 2 at all, and then in Mass Effect 3 it can be useful, but it's under a different name, and it's something that we can take care of relatively easily that way. So I'll probably have her use it when we eventually get to Mass Effect 3, but for now, there's nothing really to concern ourselves with because I'm going to be using it in this game. So, in case you were wondering, that's what I'm doing with that. So I'll probably put a bunch of points into that for her next few levels, just so that way I can start hacking some larger synthetic enemies. So when we're facing stuff like destroyers and that sort of stuff, I can just hack them if they're being too much of dicks. So that's how that works. Well, this is what we were looking for.
En route.
Let's see what we can do. Now, do I have my helmet on? I don't think I do because I was just in the Citadel. Well, I can check when I get into the, when I get inside here. Probably won't be shooting too many people because this is just a probe, but,
The signal's coming from a mine?
Seems like
This
that.
smells.
It smells
I agree.
fishy.
The probe did not crash. Someone moved it here.
Yeah, that's true, but it doesn't change the fact that we need to get it taken care of.
There's a nuclear weapon down there. We can't abandon it. Just stay on guard.
Right.
Watch my back, you two, because we have no idea if the person that's down there is, well, somebody moved it here, but that doesn't mean they're going to stick around. It's a nuclear weapon, man. Like, come on. Got to be a special kind of big-headed to stick around on a planet where there's a nuclear weapon just sitting under the surface waiting to be blown up, right? Tally, you don't need to follow me that close. I'd rather Rex follow me that close, to be honest with you. And actually, speaking of which, now that you're on that whole shotgun thing, Rex, why don't we try having you equip a shotgun? See where that goes. Okay, Tally, you're making me uncomfortable. Stay there for a second. And now go.
Rally round!
There we go. Lots of boxes stacked up. That could mean that we're facing an enemy here, but if we are, I'm not seeing them on my map. My heads-up display, that is. Let's just look around. You never know what corner the nuclear weapon could be in, unless that corner is blocked off by invisible walls, like that one was. So, just maintain a safe distance and we'll be fine. I hope. We don't know how to dispose of a bomb like this, but I mean, I am all right with electronics, so hopefully it follows similar principles to the rest of the electronics that we've been dealing with here. Because if it doesn't, we might be in a little bit of trouble here. Just a little bit. Nothing there. Is there anything over here that I can use? Any crates or anything to find, or is this just gonna... No, it just loops around. Oh, I thought that was a crate, but it was actually my crew members just looping around. We've been over there already. There's power lines connecting these two. We can't go in there right now, though. Looks like it's locked. Let's see if we can decrypt it. No, it doesn't look like it. Alright. Let's try this. See where these power lines are running to. Hopefully not to the nuclear warhead, or we might be in a little trouble here. Well, I better get ready before I go and start this whole thing up, because if there's a nuclear warhead in there, I don't know if I'm prepared. Alright, so let's see what's in door number 2. Or is this door number 4, considering we've gone through 2 doors before this. I'm guessing this is our nuclear warhead. Oh, crap.
That was a detonator. Someone just screwed us.
So are we locked in, or...?
Shepard, At last.
What do you mean, at last?
Have we met?
My name is Ilanos Halliot. I doubt you know it. Who do you think runs the Terminus clan, Shepard, huh? Thousands of pirates, slavers, criminals of every stripe?
I mean, I would imagine they have some sort of leader.
In most criminal organizations, it's the one who's recognized as the most successful.
That's correct. The one who kills the most men, seizes the most ships, pillages the most colonies.
I'm guessing that's you.
3 years ago, I was the strongest.
Was you?
I used my influence to assemble a fleet. We would drive your kind out of the Verge.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you were involved in the Skillian Blitz?
You're the one behind the attack on Elysium.
I was the motivator, the instigator, the one who promised glory and riches for sacking the largest human colony in the cluster. The one blamed when it failed. Failed! I was ruined when your kind held against the Blitz. What better way to recover my reputation than by eliminating the first human Spectre?
I don't think that's gonna work, man. Call the Normandy. There's a nuclear warhead down here. I don't want my ship blown up, although if the captain dies, then we're kind of screwed. Well, we'll try calling them, see what happens.
My crew will come for me.
Let them. We'll be ready. An Alliance warship would make a fine prize.
They're probably holed up out there.
And if you haven't noticed, the ores here are laced with heavy metals. I'm afraid your suit radios aren't powerful enough to transmit out.
Damn it. Well, I guess we're doing this on our own, but don't underestimate me. I brought a Quarian with me at the very least.
We'll find a way out of here.
I rather doubt that.
Well, you won't be doubting for very long.
What do we do now, Shepard?
Okay, well, we're not panicking, first of all. We're gonna have to disable the warhead because I think he activated it. But
We've got air and light, and the Normandy's still in orbit. Let's look for another way out.
or we could not, because there's no time and we have to disable the bomb before it goes off. Alright, fine. Let's see what we can do. This one's a little slower than the other ones. It's just so that way you don't, blow up. You have to do more than you normally would because you're disabling a hard point, but it's not as bad as the other ones could be. And if you don't care to do them, you can just override with Omnigel. Or if you mess up, which is distinctly possible because it's going about half as fast as it would go in other examples, So, of course, if you run out of Omnigel, you're kind of screwed. And one last one, I think. This isn't even the hard part either. It's just a little intense because I'm trying to make sure that I keep up with the slower pace of this. It's no up, down, left, right, or is that how the Konami code goes? I forget. The bomb's disabled, that's all that matters. Hooray! Alright, so they trapped us in here. More than likely means that our initial way out is no longer a way out, it's just a collapsed bunch of rocks. Yeah. They collapsed the rocks around these boxes, and I don't think we can mount this. No, we can't. Damn you, RPGs, and not allowing me to jump! But this door is open now, so we can actually go down here. And if we have a look down here, you can actually see on our heads-up display, but there's a way out down here, so that's good to know. Hey, an upgrade kit. Incendiary and cryo rounds. Incendiary rounds aren't bad. They're pretty good for fighting enemies especially organic enemies, so they might be more useful than the organic piercing rounds later on for people like Rex, for his shotgun particularly, because his Carnage ability actually inflicts fire damage naturally, so pretty good for him. Might actually consider equipping them myself pretty soon. The cryo rounds, I don't like them as much because they decrease accuracy. Might be good on pistols and stuff with good accuracy, but I'm not a fan otherwise, so. But here's where things get a little more challenging. We need to escape this trap, and if possible, take down this war criminal who apparently was the one who instigated the entire Skillian Blitz. I can't say I have a personal vendetta against him, but I definitely have a reason to want to take him down. Ow. Just bump my elbow on the thing next to me. Let's do stasis and medicine. Get access to stasis and neural shock for myself. And then Tally, we're going to go with hacking for you so you can get there faster. I don't know if I'm going to master decryption with her. I might master electronics instead because I know Garrus has access to decryption straight up, so I might just keep decryption where it is for Tally and then master electronics. It depends on how many levels we get. Excuse me. We're getting a lot more than I thought we were going to get, so it might be worthwhile to keep that in mind. Let's see. Master warp's over there. Warp duration. I don't need warp duration. Let's just increase Rex's already beefy health stat. Look at that. 352 health at level 25. That's ridiculous, man.